Panel of experts recommending we eat less red meat, not to lower cholesterol, not to prevent heart disease, no, but to save the environment. Here's the quote. Evidence indicates that in general, a dietary pattern that is higher in plant-based foods and lower in animal-based foods is more health-promoting and is associated with lesser environmental impact than is the current average U.S. diet. Even Senator John Hoeven sounded off on this program. Listen.
We're going to continue to raise beef for this nation. It's what consumers want. We not only consume it here in America, but it's a great export for us, and we're going to continue, no question about it. We'll push back on this latest kind of odd guideline from the administration.
Odd guideline. It was pretty clear, though, wasn't it? Odd guideline. Look who's here. Legendary Restaurant Brands Chairman and CEO Paul Mangiamele. He's with us. Paul, you run Bennigan's and Steak and Ale these days. You took them. What's happening to your business when the government says eat less red meat?
Well, I can't believe, Stuart, how intelligent and well-intentioned people say the dumbest things. The red meat
that was
is
nasty,
alive
Paul.
and well.
That was really nasty.
Well, it's a flawed report. I read it. I reviewed it. There's nothing factual about it. I agree with the guest that you had that talked about we're going to continue to produce the hamburgers, the cheeseburgers, and every combination of beef and chicken and pork for our consumers.
Okay,
when people go out to our restaurants, they're looking for an indulgence. They're looking for a respite from the day-to-day challenges that we all face, and it's up to us to be able to provide that.
But you want to turn around Bennigan's. You want to turn around Steak and Ale. That's why you bought them, essentially. Are you fighting public taste if you insist on getting out there with red meat and all the other meats that are available to us? Are you fighting public taste and fighting fashion?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm serving the needs of my consumer. They're telling me that Bennigan's and Steak and Ale are revered and respected, and the brands are resilient. And because of our legendary restaurant brands that we created to bring back Bennigan's, which is already brought back into 85 restaurants around the world, with contracts to open up another 150. And so with Steak and Ale, I have such a groundswell of support and emotional connection that's tied into it, that I just felt compelled to bring back the familiar, revered brand that everybody likes and everybody still talks about. In fact, on Facebook, we have 40,000 people rooting for Steak and Ale to come back. So no, I think the red meat, a good restaurant experience, great service is something that our consumers want, and I think they deserve.
Do you think we in the media, and maybe us on this particular program, do you think we're exaggerating the shift in taste? Because we've made a big deal out of millennials, younger people, going for fresh, healthy, very health-conscious food, go away from processed food, away from red meat. Are we making too big a deal of what we perceive to be a public trend?
I think it needs to be balanced, Stuart. I don't think you're making too much of it, as much as I do think we as operators in our business, it's incumbent upon us to provide choices, whether it be healthy or an indulgent choice.
Yeah, but you've got an image,
and,
Paul. Paul, hold on a second. You've got an image. When you have the word steak in the name of the restaurant, Steak and Ale, you've got an image. And that image seems to us to fly in the face of the trend in public taste.
Well, I think the trend is to provide choice. The trend is to provide quality. The trend is to provide service, and we're doing that. You know, there's if you want to choose healthier options, there are other brands that you can go to, but there are certain traditional pieces that Steak and Ale and Bennigan's are known for that is incumbent for us to produce. Now, for 90% of our consumers, they're going to have an indulgent experience and enjoy the energy and the vibe and the ambiance of our brand. And if they choose to go a healthier route, there certainly will be those options. Like in Steak and Ale, for example, we're known for our salad bar.
Okay.
But you can also get a prime rib.
Paul, I'm out of time, but we wish you the best of luck. You've bought out Steak and Ale, bought out Bennigan's, you're running them, you're the CEO, and we wish you the very best of luck. Thanks for being on the show, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. You
Sure
bet.
thing. Hold on a second. We had Mary here shaking her head, eager to get in. You've got 20 seconds.
Why are we calling red meat an indulgence? It's part of a balanced diet. And we also know that the government is changing its mind on the virtues of things like low-fat diets, salt, cholesterol. We've had Nina Teicholz on this program talking about the virtues of eating meat, butter, and eggs. So, you know, it's an indulgence if you eat at Bennigan's every day of the week, but once in a while, why not?
That's a good point. Yeah, it's not an indulgence. It's balanced and
Have that burger.
It's like us. We're balanced, aren't we, this program?
I love my burgers.
That'll be the day.